Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we are so excited that Shira is coming tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'm just so excited.
We've got, she can't contain herself. She's having.
No, I just can't.
She's having, she's so excited her face, she can't stop smiling.
No,
grimacing, whatever that
I
is.
can't.
So, Shira and the Princesses of Power premieres tomorrow. On Twitter, DreamWorks has put up a teaser. We've got Hordak. And they've got some more information on Hordak and Shadow Weaver. So, Hordak, this is their official artwork for him. I'm not, I liked the design overall. When I saw it in the trailer, I kind of thought, well, he's not too bad. I don't like this skirt. I don't like the...
I think of the characters, he's the best of the designs. Him and Shadow Weaver, I think, are the best designs of the characters for what they are.
Yeah, I would say that's probably true. I think they're probably at least they kind of resemble the originals.
And his boots aren't terrible.
No, his boots aren't terrible.
They look like marshmallows.
But again, it was kind of a weird decision to give him hair. He does look more like a vampire.
Looks like a vampire Hitler.
Yeah, he looks like a vampire Hitler. And so here's his bio. Hordak is the domineering, imposing leader of the Horde.
He's domineering.
Domineering.
Okay.
See, that's the hair. You can tell by the hair that he's domineering.
And he's going like this. Like, look, a muscly man. I'm a man figure. I'm domineering.
Yeah, he looks much less good as a static image as he did, when he was actually animated.
Right, he does look better animated.
Yeah, so bent on world domination, he is dangerously powerful and has a brilliant technological mind. His skills... Brilliant technological mind.
I know, that's so
and
funny.
Super strength powered by First One's tech-powered armor. Now, I'm sitting here with the whole lore of the First Ones. They keep talking about the lore and how the showrunner thinks of New Shira as sort of a sequel in some ways.
Then make it a sequel.
I'm just really worried they're going to do something stupid like make Hordak Adam or something.
I don't think they're going to.
I'm going to be like, oh my god, I'm out. I'm already out. But I'm
really
really
the
out.
way that the PR machine is all about bashing anything, how Shira should be a part of He-Man, I don't think they will.
That's how they get away with putting Adam in the show and not using He-Man. They turn Adam into Hordak.
Also showed Shadow Weaver yesterday. Now, Shadow Weaver I don't mind so much. I do want to point out one thing, though. I don't understand. Okay. So Shadow Weaver has no chest, again. And this whole idea, they keep saying, well, the new characters don't have chest because they're younger. You're younger. Well, what's your excuse on this one? Because there's no chest there either.
Yeah.
Apparently, boobs are bad.
Boobs are bad.
I still love that. I still love the argument they keep making. Well, what are you doing? Body shaming people with small chests? You don't think small chest women can be women too? No, I think they can be. But do you not think women with bigger chests can be women too? Do you not think that boobs on a woman that what I'm saying, you're like discriminating everybody else who has boobs just as much as you're claiming they're discriminating against those who do not.
Yeah.
But you're drawing everyone. Even your plus size character has a small chest in comparison to the body.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. It's just really weird. Like, yeah, Spinnerella especially. It's like they made her face thin so they could get away with not giving her boobs.
It's
like
just
give her a lot of butt. She's got a lot of butt.
There are some women who are plus size that have smaller boobs, but for the majority that is not the case. I'm just saying. Now, grant the boobs will get in your way when you're fighting. I mean, you might actually punch your own boobs, which does hurt. I'm not going to explain how I know that. Let's just say I do. But I'm just like, why are you against boobs? Like, what have boobs done to you? I just don't understand.
Well, I don't know if we can talk about that on air, but
I'm just saying.
boobs have done a lot to me. Hordak. I'm sorry, Freudian slip. Oops. Hordak needs boobs. Hordak needs boobs. We need tits on Hordak. I just want to put that out there.
I'm surprised they didn't.
I'm surprised they didn't put tits on Hordak.
So Shadow Weaver's a powerful sorceress, and Hordak's second in command within the Horde. Devious and self-serving, she aligns herself with Hordak in exchange for amplified powers. So she's whoring herself out to Hordak. Is that basically what that means?
She's Hordak's...
Isn't that what that means?
Hordak.
She's aligning herself in exchange for something. So she's whoring herself to Hordak. It was also Shadow Weaver who raised Adora and Catra as her wards in the Fright Zone.
Bad mommy.
Yeah, she's bad mommy.
Mommy.
With no boobs, because, boobs are bad and we can't have boobs. Anyway.
Skills. Sorcery, control shadows, create shadow constructs, and gives Hordak some...
What's her runestone? The black garnet. Is that the thing in her head?
The black garnet must be. And then gives Hordak some good Evil Lovin'.
They don't say that.
No, that's not on the card. It's not actually on the card.
No, but they don't say it anywhere. I'm sure she doesn't give Hordak good
we
evil
saw that
anything.
fan art. We did see that fan art.
Well, that wasn't from the show.
Of Hordak and Shadow Weaver. So now what we really wanted to talk about, is the marketing, the DreamWorks marketing machine in full blast on Rotten Tomatoes.
Let me give the backstory on this.
Okay.
So I was out on Rotten Tomatoes because I guess the Nutcracker in the Four Realms Rotten Tomatoes score is just abysmal. It's like 33%. It's terrible. It's bad. I was checking it and I thought to myself, well, I wonder, since they have all these critic scores up before movies come out, do they have them up for Shira and the Princess of Power? And they do. And look, it's 100%. Which sounds like, wow, that's impressive. Because even big movies and stuff don't have 100%, critic review before it comes out. But, and here's the large but, bigger butt than Spinnerella's butt.
Bigger butt than Spinnerella.
There are 5 reviews.
5 reviews.
5, and they're the people you'd expect it to be from.
The Friendly Media.
The Daily Dot.
The Daily Dot.
The Mary Sue.
The Mary Sue.
Den of Geek.
Den of Geek.
IO9.
IO9.
And our favorite article, where we talk about Disco Fireworks and how campy the original show is.
Yeah, Disco Fireworks. Darren Franich gave it a B+. So yeah, this look, DreamWorks was very careful who they sent the screener copies to.
Yeah, they didn't send one to me.
No, they did not send one to Geeky. Although they are going around and sending YouTubers care packages.
Yes, they're care packages.
Well, the YouTubers they think are going to be friendly toward the show.
Oh yeah, they don't send it to like me. When you have the perfect opportunity to like reach out and be like, okay, let's try to reach some people who are more critical and talk to them. Maybe we can buy them off. But they're smart. It wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, they're smart. It
wouldn't have worked.
Shira did not get her box full of Shira.
I mean, I didn't. Geeky did.
Geeky is Shira.
No,
Geeky did not get her box of Shira stuff with from
the special toys.
Yeah.
And the T-shirt and the crown and all that. They didn't send one to me because even though our reviews come up higher than most people's on this, I didn't get one.
That's why you didn't get one.
I'm not the right kind of person.
Actually, our Shira videos, not to brag or anything, just the way it works, have actually been outranking DreamWorks' own Shira videos.
But you know what's funny to me? I'm not the right kind of person, but according to what the story's going for and the people they're trying to appeal to and look for, I actually hit most of them. But it's not for me.
Wait, you hit most of them?
No, yeah.
That's why you're not getting a box, Geeky. You hit most of them.
You know what I mean? I actually relate to these things a lot, and I have good reasons to, even though they're going to try to dismiss me and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. No one sent me a box of free stuff. They probably afraid what I do with the toys. That's probably a good assumption on that. Just saying.
Your play patterns would be problematic.
My play patterns would be problematic. So I didn't get a box to sit there and tell people that, you need to get over it if you don't like it. They sent those to the right kind of people. I am not the right kind of people. I'm also not going to tell you to get over it just because it's a show. Because for all the whole, if you don't like it, you should just get over it because it's not for you. It's just a show anyway. The same people are fighting tooth and nail to be like calling people misogynists and calling people names and making sure they discredit people who like the original. So I'm just like, I'm rubber, you're glue kind of thing. Well, it's the exact same thing in reverse.
Well, speaking of discrediting the original, now we had not read this article yet.
It just came up today.
It just popped up today. Now it's weird. It shows as being on the 7th.
But the article just got put up today.
So they sent it.
Wait. Where's the quote? That quote is in the actual article, but the
Yes.
article is not up till today.
That's weird. It says it was November 7th. It was submitted on November 7th, but it actually came up today.
Well, that's because they had to make sure it was okay with them.
They had to run it by DreamWorks
We
first.
actually do press releases. Have done press releases for big companies, and they do. They run it through this person. Everybody has to sign off on it, and it could take a week to get everybody to sign off on it and make sure you change it all to be non-problematic to what their vision is and their brand is. And I think that's what happened here.
I think this is what happens. I think DreamWorks
had to prove their reviews. Their reviews that are supposed to be unbiased reviews had to be approved probably before they were allowed to post it.
That's what I think it was. I think they basically gave them access, and then they wanted to see what they were going to write about before they. I'm just telling you how these things work.
I mean, I'm not saying that happened here, but it is awfully odd.
It's odd.
It's awfully odd that it was posted to the review on Rotten Tomatoes days ago to try to hype up the thing, but it didn't actually post it until today.
Yeah, so I think again the hype machine's in full. It's running on all cylinders.
So let's take a look at this lovely article.
Yeah, so this is another article by the Friendly Media throwing the original show under the wheels of the bus. And anybody who likes it, and yes, again, not as bad.
So someone who probably never saw it.
Right, and again, not as bad as Entertainment Weekly's. That one takes a taco.
Well, that guy just doesn't understand how adjectives work and commas.
Just go English. He doesn't understand how English works.
Okay, so Shira and the Princesses of Power Review. Netflix's new Shira series is one you wished you had as a kid. No, I'm pretty sure I had the correct one as a kid. It's empowering, because the other one wasn't, inclusive, and a delight.
So the other one wasn't a delight. It wasn't inclusive.
It wasn't powerful.
And it wasn't empowering.
Okay. So, okay, I love the first. I am both happy Shira and the Princess of Power exists and deeply jealous I didn't have it as a kid. Well, it was out there. Not just because it's a delightful show from start to finish. Delightful, bright, cheerful, deep, and bold. It's a delightful show. As opposed to the old show, which was all shit.
Yeah, right?
But also because its mere existence would have made the world around me a much better place.
I think he meant safer. Much safer.
Wait, the show's existence makes the world around him a much better place.
That is not overselling this shit at all, is it? That's not overselling it at all.
What struck me most in watching this series is just how different it is from anything else on TV. Okay. The sheer amount of women on screen to how different they all are shouldn't feel so unique, but it is. The original show was all women? It's the exact same characters from the original show?
But they're not. They're new, different, and improved.
But they're the same
and diverse,
people.
And inclusive,
like the
and
sheer
improved.
amount of women on screen is how different how it should. It shouldn't be unique, but it is. Sailor Moon, Steven Universe. We can probably go on. There's a whole bunch of shows on Netflix now that are shows that are girl empowerment shows. And then since we're trying to go with magical girl shows, there's already a bunch of those out there. This is not unique.
Anime's been doing it forever.
It's a breath of fresh air, especially watching so many action convention series that might only have one or two women in a cast of mostly guys.
What shows are you watching?
Well, they're probably like Dragon Prince and all that, but you're not allowed to have that. Okay, here that is switched with the guys being the side characters and the women taking charge. But it always has been that way.
It always has been.
This is nothing new. Well, they didn't invent anything.
They contradicts himself because it down here he admits.
Wait, let's read the next one. It gives a series a fresh perspective and a different feel. It's not fresh. It's not like nothing like this has been done before. Sailor Moon, the original Shira, before it set the standard for women being amazing in action animation. Well, if that's the case, why did you just bash the hell out of it prior?
Yeah, nothing like this has been done before except the original Shira.
And the reason it's not been done before is because you can feel the excitement of every person working on the show. I have talked to people working on shows, working on books, working on different things. They're always passionate and excited about what they're working on. If what makes this different is their passion and excitement, that's not new or different. No, getting a chance to create something that's been too rare on television. What about this is rare on television? Being diverse, Steven Universe already covered it. Having women in power and mostly women cast, Sailor Moon, Shira. I mean, there's a bunch of shows that have already done it. This is nothing new. Go ahead.
Right from the jump, Shira and the Princesses of Power sheds. This makes me so mad. Sheds anything that held the original series back. It's serialized. Its characters have a ton of depth. The animation is gorgeous, it's incredibly inclusive, it ditches any connection to He-Man and the Masters of the Universe franchise and stands on its own. Although, there are enough Easter eggs to send hardcore fans into a frenzy. Not the kind of frenzy you wanted. Shira is a character that doesn't need to be the twin sister of He-Man. She's powerful in her own right. She don't need no He-Man.
I love this. Why do you think she needed He-Man? What part of it, that means that she needed He-Man? First of all, the original series is held back because they have a ton of depth now. Like, the original series didn't have deep characters. I think there was more depth in the original Shira, in the original one, but then there is now because she actually was a soldier and acted like one.
Yeah.
She didn't fall on her ass when she picked up a sword and called the horse, Horsey!
Yeah, that makes me, oh god, that's so mad, because...
But that's deep. That's deep.
We'll talk about that.
And the animation is gorgeous. Weren't we even telling people that the animation, if you pause it at places, it's not even doesn't finished sometimes? Where's that we were hearing?
Yeah, we're hearing that it looked rushed.
And when you pause it anywhere in these videos, pause it and look at the animation. It is the backgrounds. I will give them. If I have one positive thing to say, the backgrounds are amazing. I will give them that. But you were saying earlier about what makes you mad about the whole thing. She doesn't need He-Man. And, like, she's somehow weaker than He-Man.
Yeah, okay, so, you know, when I was thinking about this, I'm like, everybody's talking about how, like, you know, oh, she was just the sister of He-Man. She, you know, she, you know, and He-Man was in a couple episodes of Shira. But look at this. He-Man, it turns out, Skeletor was just an underling of Hordak.
Right.
He-Man had his hands full taking care of Skeletor, Skeletor.
And most of his bad guys are bumbling idiots.
And they're bumbling idiots. So Skeletor was already a B-list villain with D-list underlings, and He-Man had his hands full taking care of Skeletor. Shira took on the Horde, okay? Shira took on Skeletor's boss, who had like 100 more Skeletors working underneath him.
And Shadow Weaver and
Shadow
else.
Weaver. I mean, you know, so to call her a weak character
without He-Man, yeah.
Without he is bullshit. I mean, she already was taking on the source of all the evil in the galaxy, you know?
Yeah, she's
just her and her girlfriends in high heels, looking fabulous doing it.
You don't allowed to look fabulous now. You have to have flat-chested and be every body type, except for that one.
Yeah, every body type except for that
We're trying to be inclusive of everyone except for certain people. It's the strength of Adora, the characters around her, and the relationships that make the series shine. Yeah, as did the original. The most important of these being the slowly fractured friendship between Adora and Catra. The two started as best friends working for the Horde, but when Adora discovers the horrors they've caused, she decides to join the rebellion. Yeah, that's not unique.
Yeah, but you know, beyond that, we were talking about this before. Like, okay, we had complaints in the comments on previous videos, and it's very true, and we brought it up in our videos before about Adora. If she were actually a brainwashed teenage foot soldier for the evil Horde, she's not really gonna have like close friendships. I mean, if Catra left the Horde, Adora would probably pop her in the back of the head. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, and yeah, they're gonna be like, they're on the same side, but if they were brainwashed working for an evil organization like that, I don't think they're gonna be forming friendships like that. They're all about the cause. They're all about the cause. And if somebody steps out of line,
that'd be considered weakness.
Yeah, it's a sign of weakness. And Adora in the original show was icy cold. She was icy cold in the original.
Even compared to Gamora and Nebula in you know, in Avengers and you know, and in the Marvel universe, they were raised as siblings, but they were always like in competition with each other. Yeah. And they have a little bit of a connection, but you know, and they're starting to develop that a little more. But most of the time, they were trying to kill each other.
Yeah, and that actually is a really good comparison, because in the He-Man universe, are we allowed to talk about He-Man? In the He-Man universe, Hordak was basically the Thanos of the He-Man. He was the big bad.
Yeah, the one that she was fighting, not Skeletor.
Yeah, but he was.
I love Skeletor though. Heart to Skeletor.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying.
I love you, Skeletor.
I'm just saying, like, if they were trying to make her out to be a weak, inferior character to He-Man, she was taking on.
No, they're trying to make her out that she was presented as a weak, inferior character to He-Man, but she never was.
No, she never was. And her sword could do different stuff that He-Man's couldn't. You know,
right. Anyway. It was like they were like, you know, they were brother and sister, but they didn't need each other. I mean, they did, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? No more so than they need their best friends club in this one. If that was a weakness, she doesn't need no man. Why does she need Glimmer and Bow in this one?
Yeah, like,
because that's a weakness. But no, they're going to talk about how that the friendship is more powerful. This angers Catra. Much of the arc of the first season is devoted to the back and forth between these two. Adora desperately tries to get Catra to come to her senses, while Catra can't understand why her best friend would leave her. It's gripping stuff and forms the backbone of the season's best episodes.
Again, this is like, look, if they're active, if they're
sounds like high school.
Yeah, if they're part of a military organization, you know, they're gonna be like, okay, my friend left, they're my enemy now.
Yeah,
and that's the original show that treated it like that. You left the Horde, we're gonna kill you.
Yeah,
you know, it's as simple as that. That's
the series puts an incredible emphasis on the power of emotions. No shit. Grimmer just sits and cries. That comes with deep friendship. Where other series might default to love stories to mine the depths of feelings, Shira and the Princess of Power is keenly aware of the pain of losing your best friend, and it could hurt even more than a breakup. You know what? I lost my best friend to a drunk driver a long time ago, and I lost my best friend. I know what it's like to lose your best friend. And you know what? They're saying they don't want to go to the love stories. Then why do we have a Princess Prom where Catra is dipping Adora and Catra's in a tux dressed like a guy and she's dressed in a dress like a girl, and she's dipping her? And they keep insinuating about there's different insinuations about different characters are together, but they said they're not going to those. They're not going to the love story. But you are.
Yeah, it basically is. I mean, just come out and say it. Adora and Catra were a couple.
Or what they have some kind of traction there on the way to become.
Yeah, I mean, just come on.
Because you're not they're skirting around that. But my point is, they're saying about the pain of losing your best friend. I've lost my best friend. I know the pain of truly losing your best friend. I still think this show sucks. I see, like I'm saying, this is where I'm hitting on these things. Well, you have to understand what it's like to to be awkward in high school. Yeah, you have to understand what it's like to lose your best friend. Yeah, I understand probably better than these people do about what it's like to lose your best friend. So anyway, the series puts an incredible emphasis on the power emotions that come. We read that breakup. Okay. It also celebrates friendship as well, with a main trio of Adora, Glimmer, and Bo, a main focus of the season. How these three come together and learn to love each other is what gives them more power than any magic sword.
What's going on there?
Best Friends Club.
Oh my God.
Why does every show today make the power? If you have friends, you're stronger than anyone. If you have friends, you can sing away the bad guys.
It's like the Smurfs. Goodness makes the badness go away.
Yeah.
But Adventure Time, that was the biggest, and people, God, they got so pissed off. And that's where me and Squid King were so angry about the ending of Adventure Time. Was they had all this build up, and they basically sing the bad guy away.
Right.
In Steven Universe, we're seeing those genocidal, colonial tendencies with the diamonds, and they're basically just going to group hug the bad guys.
Right. And what I was going to say about this too is, this whole idea of your friendship's more powerful than any sword. Well, sometimes it's not. But as somebody who works with kids, I'm reading in my professional and stuff, I read all the time about how we're seeing that kids are more and more isolated than ever. That friendships are harder because of the culture we have today with being on the internet. There's more stress on them because they're always afraid of someone. If you have a friend, they're going to put something on the internet to embarrass them. There's different reasons, but there's a lot of kids out there who are very isolated. I mean, this is not new. Isolated kids are not new, but they said it's actually increasing in isolation. I don't think it's just kids. I think it's some adults who might be working on the show too. But they're very isolated individuals. So what you're telling them is, you to be strong, you need friends. So what about these kids that don't have friends? Are they not? They're just being told, well, you know what? You'd be more powerful in the sword if you had friends.
Yeah, right.
You loser.
It's just gonna make you feel bad.
I mean, it's just or the other option is they're trying to be like, look, we're your friends. Believe whatever we tell you. We're your friends. Come join our group and be friends with us, and we'll show you how to be. We'll show you how to fight wrong thing. I mean,
that's the Horde's recruitment poster. Do you need friends?
You should make that.
Sure you do. Come with Hordak and be our friend. You want to be one of the cool
kids? No, he's Hitler. He's the wrong side.
Hitler, right?
Doesn't work that way. But I'm just saying.
Shadow Weaver will give you a thumbs up.
If you really want to do mental gymnastics on this, because that's what they seem to understand is mental gymnastics. They could, and for all they're trying to be, it's so inclusive. They're just actually telling kids that, look, if you have friends, you're more powerful, and if you don't have friends, well, that's just sad.
Oh.
So anyway.
I just can't get
I mean, I could do mental gymnastics that are ridiculous too. I'm just saying, as a person that works with kids, it is an actual thing they're doing papers on because it's a problem. Anyway, so the season's main plot arc is our trio trying to rebuild the Princess Alliance. Once a great group of magical women who kept the theory of safe magical women. These journeys not only give the series a chance to do some excellent world building, but also introduce its colorful extended cast. Each of these characters you meet throughout the episodes is incredibly diverse. Again, do we mention diversity? Both in appearance, because we can't have women look like Shira, because that's problematic, and personality. You'll love them all, I promise. He promised.
So yeah, if we don't love them, Den of Geek, are you going to refund our Netflix subscription?
Well, no, whatever. If you don't like it, Den of Geek promised you're going to love them all. Promise. They promised. I promise you're going to love them all. Promise. Okay. He promises. The series does take a little time to get going, and a few character introductions done quicker. I would like blah blah. It starts to get gripping in the second half of the season. There's only like 8 episodes.
Yeah.
The world of Etheria comes into sharp focus, and you see just how wide and open the universe of Shira can be. Sorry.
Especially for Catra.
Shira, the
meow. That's where Catra's face belongs.
God, you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Shira, the princess.
What did you think I was talking about?
Shira and the Princesses of Power easily steps out of the pop culture shadow of not only the original Shira, but He-Man, because He-Man sucks. Do you mention this guy really hates He-Man? This isn't a series that's stuck in the past, trying to recapture the franchise's old glory. Hell no, we're not a series who, thinks that we, should stay at least somewhat true to the old show with the old fans because we're using the name and the characters and everything else. Hell no.
Nope.
We're taking the building blocks and we're going to step the hell all over them. Shira and making it something fresh and new for audiences of today. For them. I mean, audiences of today.
This is the biggest problem. Again, if this were a brand new show, if it was like, Super Sword Sisters or something like that.
Or even a sequel, I think, to it. It would be okay.
Yeah, it's just, it's this constant. We're seeing this over and over and over again. We saw it with Star Wars, especially where, and with Marvel Comics, too. We see that these companies are taking beloved franchises. They're making changes for the sake of change instead of creating new things, and then they're telling the longtime fans that they're horrible people if they don't like.
Right, that's the
changes.
go-to. If you don't like it, just because you're somehow a horrible person. But they basically keep tearing other things down to step on it, to build up more, and they just keep doing this. And it's like, if you're gonna reboot something and it has a fan base, you need to make sure you take that into consideration. I'm sorry, you did not.
And they have never reached out to that. I can see they've never really reached out to the old school fans. I think they knew that this show.
I never heard anything from them.
Not really. I mean, they covered it on He-Man.org somewhat, but
that's questionable on who
Yeah, but they're very split
on the way it leans on that site.
But they're very split on it. They did not put an appearance at PowerCon.
People who don't like it over there get attacked all the time.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible, but it's too far removed from what the show was originally like, and
but you're supposed to just suck it up and get over it, because it's just a show after all. It's just a show. Then why are you calling people misogynist and mad when anybody that says they don't like it? It was just a show after all. It's an empowering and affirming series, not just for girls, because the original wasn't empowering and affirming. I hate to break it to you, dude who didn't probably watch the original series. It was empowering and affirming. I grew up with the original series. It was empowering and affirming. Not just for girls, for anyone who watches, young and old. It shows girls and women they can be and look like whatever they want and still be strong. So did the original. But you're like, what you're showing girls is they can be and look like what you think a strong female should look like and be strong. But if you are an athletic build like Shira, you're wrong. If you have breasts, shame on you. It's not showing. If they had given like Shira the original look and the other characters different, or one of the other characters look like the original, I can maybe see that they're trying to appeal to everyone, but they didn't. They really clearly are only allowed. They're clearly trying to say it's only one. It's like these type of people, but not these type of people.
Right.
I love this one. It shows boys and men the amazing things women can be, and that they can be along for the ride.
It shows boys and men how to know their place.
But most boys and men know amazing things women can be.
Yeah.
I mean, they know this already. You're just assuming that people don't understand that women are strong, and that's bullshit. So you can be hero support if you have a penis. You can be hero support.
We can be left for dead while Glimmer teleports Shira out of the battle, and
it shows everyone you don't have to fit into societal norms. No, I agree with that. You do not have to fit in societal norms.
Yeah.
But you're basically telling people that if you are like things that are societal norms, you're wrong too. You can dress how you want. Agree. You can act how you want. Totally agree. And be with whomever you want. Totally agree. And no one's questioning that.
No.
Ever.
But that's how they're going to spin it.
That's how they're going to spin it.
They're going to spin it that the haters are hating the people working on the show, that they're hating the concepts they're trying to present in the show, rather than what the actual issue is where you took a beloved franchise, you made way too many changes to it.
All you left to it is the name of the characters and the name of the show.
And then you attacked fans using the friendly media as a battering ram.
And then calling them names, saying that they were somehow lesser people because they didn't share your vision. So the only way you are a strong female person is if you agree with this.
Yeah, and it's pretty bad when you've got Melanie Britt, the original voice of Shira, kind of the foremost Shira ambassador to the fandom. She's always at conventions. Very progressive lady, coming out and saying it's garbage how DreamWorks is treating the fans, how they're casting a negative light on old fans who don't like this show. Very, very telling that she's coming out and saying that.
But she doesn't count because she's part of the old campy show that sucked and everything about it was garbage. So
the old campy show I love how the new Bo voice actor, first thing he does when he gets to New York Comic Con is throw the original voice actors under the bus.
Because somehow, I think that, you ever hear about like, bullies and stuff, and they attack people to make themselves feel better about themselves. That's what the whole same thing screams of.
Yeah.
We have to attack and call people bullies, to make ourselves feel better about whatever this is. And I was going to, we'll look at this guy in a second, but I was going to say, I know,
Sorry.
but one thing I was going to say was, but I said before, like the people they're trying to hit with this, I actually have, like, you don't know what you like losing your best friend's hard. Yeah, I know. Not fitting into societal norms. I was the fat girl with red hair. I know. The different things like not having a lot of friends. I mean, you need friends because friends makes you stronger. Yeah, I always had trouble having friends, and when I had friends, my best friend died. Yeah, I know. It's like all these things. I think I don't have on this is I'm white and I'm straight. Everything else, I get. What it's like to be treated like different ways because of the way you look. Chubby with big boobs. I hate to break it to you, but you get treated every bit as crappy as someone who's skinny with no chest. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, do I understand where they're trying to go? Yeah, I still don't like it. Anyway, let's look at this person.
When it start out with, that picture. God, that picture. Don't that picture. Seamus once accidentally got lost on a mountain and had to sled down on his butt. That pretty much sums him up.
I wouldn't take the opinion of someone whose first sentence was, I got lost on a mountain, slid down on my butt.
Serious journalist Seamus Kelly. So he likes Power Rangers and 21 Jump Street. Long walks on the beach. I just don't like this. I don't like this look. I don't like what DreamWorks is doing, and they're going out to these. They're basically using all these pop culture sites as an arm of their PR. I mean, you're seeing it with Nerdist. You're seeing it with Polygon and IO9 and.
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't reviews from Nerdist and Polygon up there yet.
Nerdist isn't. But give them time. But all these sites, I'm gonna say, they're all, especially sites like the Mary Sue. They're all being used by the entertainment industry, by people in the entertainment industry to promote stuff, which is fine. But I don't think that relationship's ever been as incestuous as it is now. It just seems like it's,
I bet you'll suddenly see all kinds of positive reviews for Shira come out as soon as it opens up. The people that they've already, got to go write them positive reviews. I'm sure the reason you're not seeing some of these other reviews is because they're saving them to try to offset the score when it goes down.
Yeah, that's there's some shenanigans going on with Star Wars too, which we'll have to look into it more. But people were saying about Resistance that there were, they were kind of banking those positive reviews to offset this. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with the audience score. If the audience score goes down, it'll be Russian bots. Couldn't possibly be disenfranchised.
Right. It can't be. It has to be. It's always somebody else, or a bunch of misogynists got together and tried to scam it.
To tank it. That's right. Yeah. It's the far right. You tried to tank
Can't be women who don't like it. Can't be women who aren't skinny, athletic women who don't like it. How could that happen?
That's impossible. But yeah, Shira's dropping tomorrow. We're not sure what we're gonna do, if we're gonna do a live stream of our reaction to it, or how we're gonna. But we definitely will react to it. I already kind of have an idea of how we're gonna react to it. But hopefully, no televisions get broken in the process. We don't throw any remotes.
I will try my best.
That has happened
I'm
already.
too thrifty to do that. I'm like, I want to throw something, but I can't because that would cost more damage.
That's gonna cost money. All right, so are we gonna wrap this one up?
Yep.
Okay, so this has been Neon and Geeky for Clownfish TV. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants, art videos, gaming videos, and more. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.